just like the quarterback and the big arm who can throw it 70 yards from his knees. Cool, Josh Allen. Being enamored with the speed of a wide receiver, it's a tale as old as time. It really is. And of course, us Vikings fans, we know. I mean, we have the ground zero, patient zero. Troy frickin' Williamson, number 7 overall pick, 2005, replacing Randy Moss. That went great. Cool. And also, hey, remember Mike Wallace? He was here for a year. It's kind of funny. Or to a lower degree, Jeff Badette. The guy ran like a 4.27 out of Oklahoma. Woo! But speed is an important component to the passing game, as well as KIRKY needs a fast receiver. I mean, we've said it almost ad nauseum. I mean, look what he did with Aldrick Robinson in 2018. A speed receiver who he's worked with. It's crazy. You can do great things. But we're going to take a look today at the draft. Here are 3 blazing fast wide receivers that the Vikings should draft. So we got one high, mid, and a late round flyer guy. So we'll talk about it today. First off, I mean, the creme de la creme of this year's speedy wide receiver class, Henry Ruggs III out of Alabama. That's right. Oh, sorry. 4.2740 at the combine, was fastest by the combine for all the wide receivers by 0.08 seconds. So J-Ron curse numbers there. It's pretty impressive. Overall 5'11", a $188 junior. By the way, he had a 42-inch vertical, which is just insane. Was a former 4-star recruit out of Montgomery, Alabama. Was the number 2 overall recruit in the entire state of Alabama class of 2017, which is impressive because that's a state that likes football. It's really big. 2018 put up 46 catches, 741 yards, and 11 touchdowns as a true sophomore. 2019 put up 40 catches, 746 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Now, with Devon Smith as well as Jerry Jeudy, was one of the best 3-deep wide receiver groups in the country. All right, so props to Tua. I mean, Tua gets a lot of dap, but it's a pretty damn good O-line. It was a pretty damn good wide receiver core. You know what I mean? But also with Ruggs, career yards per catch 17.5. Also a great punt and kick returner. He is the Tyreek Hill of this year's draft, minus the baggage. He's a straight line burner. Also, we talk about the speed. I mean, that's come first and foremost. But I think he's a bit of an underrated route runner as well. I think he can run the whole route tree. I think he's pretty smooth. But of course, everything just gets overtaken by how fast he is in a straight line. Downside. Not great size, so you worry about durability. Also, he's not good at getting off of press coverage. He's not great off the line of scrimmage. He did struggle at times, notably against some of the larger level competition. So the Clemson's, LSU of the world. Yeah. Also, he's not natural at finding the ball, which is problematic for a deep threat because I just get shivers and eye twitches when I think about that. And Troy Williamson, where so many times he would just get behind the defenders and then just drop it. So that's what worries me a little bit about Ruggs, but may not be a problem because I believe he's going to be a very early draft pick, maybe the first wide receiver off the board, depending on the taste of certain teams. Certainly could be a top 15 pick. So if you got into the teens, I mean, we talked about yesterday, the Vikings could make a trade into 14 to get a wide receiver. Is Ruggs going to be it? I don't know. I'd prefer Jeudy or Lamb, but yeah. All right, next up. Get that hat off. There we go. KJ Hamler, mid-round guy out of Penn State University. 5'9", a $178, redshirt sophomore. Now, he didn't run at the combine because he did tweak a hammy. Was going to run at his pro day, but, the Rona. So, but anyone with 2 brain cells and, blurry vision can tell that KJ Hamler can just flat out freaking fly. Honestly, by watching the tape, he may be faster than Ruggs. I think it'd certainly be close. You're splitting hairs, but who really cares at that point? Former 4-star recruit, class of 2017, out of IMG Academy. Just the robo, recruit factory. There you go. Doesn't turn 21 till July, by the way. So that's pretty amazing. He's got youth on his side. 2019, his redshirt sophomore year, put up 56 catches, 904 yards, 8 touchdowns, 16.1 yards per catch in not great Penn State offense, but second team all Big Ten, and he is just a straight line burner. He's not an overly extended route tree runner yet. He is okay getting out press. So now between Ruggs and Hamler, it becomes which do you prefer? A guy who can run routes, not great getting off press, or a guy who's good getting off press and not great running routes? It's kind of tough because I feel like both of them can be coached up. I feel like route running, there's an inherent natural skill to that. And then that's more refined through coaching, as opposed to you can either shake a guy off the line of scrimmage or not, right? It's one of those things. So maybe advantage Ruggs in that spot, but also some downsides with Hamler is that durability, size. That's always going to be a bugaboo with some of these smaller burner guys coming into the league. But also, he plays exclusively from the slot almost. So can he play outside? Can he play some X? Can he play some Z? Or do you toss Thielen out there? I think overall, I mean, if the Vikings took him, he's going to be in the day two mix, round 2, round 3. If the Vikings took him, I think overall it would be a decent problem to have. So we'll see. All right, lastly, this is my most interesting guy. I always love these late round guys too. So late rounder Antonio Gibson out of Memphis ran a 4.39 40 at the combine. Fantastic, fun prospect, and 6 foot 228 senior wide receiver and running back and return man. There you go. Was a 3-star JUCO transfer in 2018. Ended up with the Tigers. Didn't really play his junior year. And was basically a one-year wonder. 2019, 38 catches, 735 yards, 8 touchdowns, big-ass 19.3 yards per catch, as well as 7-plus plays of 40-plus yards, so just a dynamic game-breaker every time he touches the ball, as well as put up 33 carries, 369 yards, nice, as well as 4 touchdowns on the ground, plus he returned kicks, like we mentioned, and took one to the house last year. Second team All-American Athletic Conference, as well as co-special teams player of the year. So he's got that going on for him. He's Cordero. I mean, let's just come out and say it. He is like a 2-inch shorter Cordero Patterson. He's a lot of fun to watch, and primarily played slot at Memphis, but I do think he is large enough to play on the outside. But of course, route running is going to be all over the place. He is certainly a work in progress, but overall just a really fun offensive weapon, and likely a late day 3 pick, because I think teams will have no idea what to do with him. Like, some teams will see him as a running back, some teams see him as a wide receiver, some teams see it as a gadget player. Now, if he's the only wide receiver the Vikings take, I would be very upset. But if the Vikings come away, round 1, round 2, with a starting caliber wide receiver, say, T. Higgins, Denzel Mims, Michael Pittman Jr., etc., and then they add Gibson day 3, just as like a fun project, I would be down to clown for that. It would be a ton of fun. But that's it. Those are 3 burner wide receivers for KIRKY, because KIRKY needs a fast receiver. What are your thoughts? Who did we miss? Who would you add? Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us up in the Venmo, or hit that join box down below. Find out how you can become a monthly or a platinum Jerome. Also, 11 a.m. Central Time today, we're doing our daily live stream. We're doing it at 11 o'clock Central Time all week this week. Got some Q's and A's and mock drafts and general weird talk. Sometimes we talk about movies. A lot of times we talk about food. It's a good time, so come along for that too. Give us a follow on social media as well. Until next time. Skol Production.